Aquarius.
Hello Aquarius, this is your forecast for February 2017, and this month the sun is in your first house. So this is you radiating from the inside out and just giving off that beautiful charisma that you have out to the outer world. This month you're going to be focusing on you, your needs and whatnot. So that is all beautiful, and then Mercury will be joining forces with the sun. So you're going to be communicating a whole lot more about what you think about, what you really desire, what your wishes are. And I think bringing all this out, that is super important, because rest of the year when the sun and Mercury travel through other parts of your chart, your focus isn't totally just on you and your needs. So it is the narcissistic part of the year for you, which is really great, where you can get and give that extra attention, which is really empowering. And I'm feeling you're just drawing all this energy from it. Now we have a super special month. Mercury is going to be lined up with beautiful aspects, a lot of them too. You'll see what I mean as we continue in and onwards. But we also have a couple of eclipses. That is endings and new beginnings. This is really going to shut the old down that we no longer need and open up new doors. Now at the very end of this video, you'll see there is a dedicated video that I'm making specifically for the eclipses to give even more insight right there. But let's start off with that Venus here in January has really been working for you in your second house for money and income. I feel some of you have already improved the way you make your money. Maybe you got a raise or a bonus or a special commission. Venus also likes to spend money too, so January might have been you out there shopping, and getting those special good deals after New Year's, and been doing really well with it. But Venus will now be moving into your third house of communication after the third. Now that will bring more to the heart of what it is you're communicating. Social media can become that much more busy for you. I can see phone calls, texts, messages, any kind of communication. If you're needing to give a talk or a presentation, let me tell you, your spirit and spark will be with you. Not only is Venus having a great time on doing this, but Mars is already there as we start off the month. And Mars is extra feisty and powerful right now, and that has to do with that it's transiting in Aries, the sign that it rules. So when Venus comes in after the third joins forces with Mars, the two of them will cruise together. And we love to see when they can join in a party like this, because it doesn't happen all that often. They're very harmonious, and they work really well as a team. So I'm thinking that focus here now in February for you has a lot to do with not just what you communicate, but how you communicate it and how it can come to open up new doors. Think about the solar eclipse, new beginnings, right? So this could really be a magical month to get things up and rolling. And Uranus is there as the wild card factor, right? So more so towards the end of the month, Mars will be conjuncting with that Uranus. That's on the 27th. So unexpected twists, turns, not always just unexpected. I think that you're actually aiming towards it here from as I speak right now, working towards, hoping that that will put the key in the lock. And you know what? If anything, the 27th will do exactly that for you. Jupiter is going retrograde this month, and that will be from February 6th straight through June 10th. Now, Jupiter isn't a difficult planet to have retrograde because she's just so generous and so enormous in size and always giving. And for you, this Jupiter has been cruising and still will be in your ninth house. That has to do with studies, education, higher education, taking on classes, courses, travel, long distance travel, meeting up with maybe new people. Preferably, I feel too that it can have to do with foreign people or people in high places that can come in and become very supportive of you. If you're looking for getting a green card, a visa, finding a publisher, perhaps lawsuits, Jupiter rules law, and Jupiter is in the placement of the house it rules, so it's kind of double strong here. You'll come to see that maybe some of these areas might slow down a little bit, but the upside here for you, Aquarius, is that Jupiter gets to stay in this area for an extended time of these extra months, right? And so this is where you can harvest the most. The top of the month, Mercury, which is communication, might not get you exactly where you want to go quite yet. But like I said, Mercury is going to have a long list of beautiful aspects, so don't let it throw you off. If you're not getting the feedback that you're hoping for or intending on the 1st and the 2nd, it's scoring up first on Uranus, then Jupiter. So you might feel that something you hoped for didn't come in. Jupiter kind of turned you down as well. Well, just look at that maybe as a blessing, because what is to come behind it is even better. On the 7th, Mercury will be moving into Aquarius, your first house, joining the forces with the Sun. Like I said, so that's more attention on you and your needs and expressing that to the world. And on the 9th, the Sun and Uranus now are joining forces. Uranus is in your 3rd house, and the Sun is you. So here I can see how if you're needing to project something out there, you're going to do that with radiance. On the 10th, Mercury, which is communication, and Venus coming together, that is you speaking your truth, and you're speaking your heart. Venus is now here in your 3rd house, so I'm feeling that whatever it is you're bringing out, it's heartfelt. People will get it. If they didn't get whatever it was top of the month, they're definitely feeling it. Now, if you can grab people's attention through emotion, you really have it, because then it's not just words, right? It's really a feeling, a sensation, a gift that you're giving. So fantastic time to have any kind of specific talks or presentations, or also could be negotiations. This is also a great time maybe to hear from siblings or interact with your neighborhood or community, closer community. On the 11th, we have Jupiter and the Sun. That is your 9th and 1st house connected. And so if you have been waiting for that green card, this could be the day you have news. If you've been waiting for the final outcome from a suit, this could be the day you get that. If you have been planning a long-distance trip today, you might get the ticket, that kind of thing. When the Sun and Jupiter come together on a trine, we only have that twice a year, and it is the most powerful, beneficial days of the entire year, with the exception of the Sun and Jupiter conjunct. So we got those 3 days a year. The 11th is one of them. What really makes it even more so powerful is that on the 11th, this is also the lunar eclipse, okay? So endings, pretty much. So something is going to be eclipsed out, but then as that is being eclipsed out, Jupiter is giving you a brand new gift, right? Starting up something new. So that's going to be very interesting energies to see just how that is going to work out for you. On the 14th, we have you and Saturn now, and Saturn is in your area of hopes and dreams. This is where you're really trying to work really hard to manifest concretely your hopes and dreams. Saturn is the taskmaster, and sure, it will hold us to the grindstone, making sure that we're not taking any shortcuts or that we're lagging. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of responsibility, but then again, when we receive great aspects like here with the Sun, well then something has come together. You will know, you will hear it, you will feel it, something might be presented to you. We know that we were just talking about this Sun-Jupiter gift, right? Well, here just a couple of days later, Saturn's coming into um, shore it up to secure it even further. So on the 16th, here we have even more news. This is Mercury and Mars. Mars in your third house. This could be a journey, a travel, or a communication with somebody at distance, or where you are aiming ahead to create a new passage for yourself. Mercury, though, is pretty much, that's you, giving somebody also notice of what your intentions are. And I feel as you do, it's bringing a lot of calm to the area of what you're trying to build. 18th, the sun moves into Pisces, and this is out of your own solar house into your second house for money. For an entire month, you'll be crunching numbers, looking over your income, how you can improve it. You will love the energy that's there, especially because also you will come to see that when Mercury follows suit on the 25th, the two of them together is now going to negotiate maybe a higher income fee, maybe promotion. You might, it's not just money coming in, it could also be money going out. But in that case, you're super smart. You're not just spending and throwing to the winds, but you're doing it with direction and purpose. On the 21st, well, this is definitely a day to circle on your calendar for more surprises. This is coming to you via phone, email, or a text. It could, of course, be face-to-face, verbally as well. But this is Uranus in your third house. It is also Jupiter in your ninth house. So both of them indicate travel, short distance versus long distance. So this communication could come from somebody, maybe out of town or out of country, or it might be you making that call. But I feel it has to do with expansion, it has to do with change, it has to do with excitement levels. So whatever the deal is, it should be absolutely awesome. This is what you want. It's what you've been working towards. If you have any exams, for example, at this time, this would be a perfect time to get the green light and the go. 22nd, though, is the only really red flag of the month. And this is because Mars and Pluto, they're butting heads, and we don't like that at all. Mars is extra feisty because it's transiting in Aries, right? So there's a double whammy on our energy, our speed. So if you're out driving the car, don't drive too fast without paying attention, because Pluto's sitting right there on the side of the road, and Pluto is always the police, right? So we want to avoid tickets. We want to avoid accidents, right? People can be extra power hungry and just really, bully up a little bit. So if people are short-tempered, just lay low and avoid. This will pass over. It will probably last 2 or 3 days, give a day or two on either side, because it's this pressure release that people are feeling. And it is a global aspect, we're all going to be feeling it, both you and I. It's how we choose to deal with it that becomes super important. For you, this aspect is between the 3rd and the 12th house. So yes, definitely communication, since it's in the 3rd, Pluto coming from the 12th. So, maybe you might have a need to vent, and if so, try to do it before the 22nd so it doesn't have all that pent-up energy that wants to really explode. Think about volcanoes, right? We can be calm on the surface, but all that's been piling up suddenly comes out of nowhere. That's the 22nd. 23rd, we have more news. This is Mercury. You can see how busy he is this month. Now with Saturn, this is really, I feel, has to do with negotiations and contracts, securing something. And once you do, you're going to feel very confident. Sometimes we want to do things and we have that little doubt, and I've talked about that in the past too. It's like, if and whenever in doubt, don't act. This month, there's so much confidence because it's all coming to you back to back, right? So you could, with confidence, feel that whatever it is you now have been talking sharing, promoting. Um, it's right there. It's for the grabs, okay? So 23rd is great. 25th, Mercury moves into Pisces, out of the area of your financial house and joining forces here in the third house where Venus and Mars is. So that's just powering up this area even more. And this is coming at a time when the new moon, on February 26th is in your area of financial aspects. So that's where you want to place your intentions. Sparking up this area for the whole oncoming year. But this new moon on the 26th is different because it's also a solar eclipse. So more on that when you hear the video at the end. And do listen to your moon and rising sign as well. And I will see you there in March. So have a good